Hey everybody, I'm Cinnamon Cooney, your art Sherpa, and today I'm so excited to be sharing with you a simple, easy waterfall that's friendly enough for brand new painters. It takes just a simple bit of work, a little bit of fun, and you're going to be painting today. Get your paint, get your brushes, come back and meet me at the easel right now. We're going to paint this together. All right, everybody, let's look at the materials we're going to be using today for this really fun and easy project. I have a 9x12 canvas. This is a board, it's already ready to go, and I painted it with one coat of the black paint already. I have the colors Quinacridone Magenta, I have yellow medium Azo, I have Phthalo Blue, Phthalo Green, Carbon Black, and Titanium White, assorted brushes for acrylic painting. I have water, and then I have the chicken nugget sponges. These are my favorite. These are little sea sponges, and they kind of the perfect ideal ones look a little bit like chicken nuggets, which I don't know what that says about chicken nuggets or sea sponges really in relationship to each other. It says something. And you want the ones with the soft fuzzies, not the spiky ones for this particular effect on the rock. The first thing that I'm going to do is talk to you guys about how the waterfall is going to work, because we're going to paint this fabulous waterfall with just this fan brush. And well, not just, but like it's the fan brush that's going to make the magic secret sauce of awesome falling water. But first, to explain to you some things about water. Water falls down because it's very impacted by gravity. It can be affected by matter, like solid rock objects, and it's affected by wind. So these are the things that as artists that we think about. I like to think about landing spots for my water where it's going to be pulling off and coming down. So if I were to say that there's water coming here, I would say there's some water coming here. And then it could fall down this way, and then it could fall down this way, because I could have, who knows what little puddle of interestingness could be happening here. It could come to this, everything below the line where this water hits, right? So you have splashes, 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 is going to be very level. What I mean is that the lines will be very straight. You can have little ripples, but you got to keep it kind of together below where the water hits, because the planet doesn't just tip to the side and tip all the water to the side. So you're really going to see level water lines. It's what it does, like in your glass. Those things are just good to keep in your mind when you're going to be painting this. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my number 26 brush, and I'm going to pull out a little of my Phthalo Blue. I'm going to load it up into here. And for the purpose of this, I'm going to mix some Phthalo Green into it, right into the brush, kind of loosely mixed. And I'm going to put this in a couple of places. The first place that I'm going to do is I'm going to do the waterfall coming down. So first I'm going to come down with this color, and I'm going to pull this right down here. And then I'll go ahead and pull this right down here.
That's a very dark color.
It's very dark. You should almost not be seeing it on your
so
canvas.
hard. Yeah, it's just covering up the...
Right, it's just covering it up. And I'll just bring this here. I'm just gonna get this part of the waterfall be nice and heavy. And I can let some of this be here. Remember, it goes level and it pulls down. That little chalk front line really, really helps me. Does it help you, John?
Yeah, I'm making sure I can adjust it. Man, that's like...
Yeah, you guys don't, you just need to know it's there, because when you're going to see it is about now. I'm going to take my fan brush, I'm going to dip it in water and drag off the extra water. And I'm going to come right here, I'm going to load it on one side. I'm going to flip that little fellow over. This is an TheArtSherpa fan brush, and it's rather lovely because it's stiff. I'm going to bring this down.
Oh, there we go.
And then I'm going to bring this down.
It's like you're painting.
And then I'm going to come, I kind of drag to the right, and then I just bring this down.
Wow.
There you go. Drag to the right, bring it down. If you need a little more white there, you just come back with a little more white and go, no, no, no. Drag a little bit to the right, bring it down. Right? Now, right here, I'm going to, if I put my handle like this down, it makes a frown. If I put it up, it makes a little smile. So if you want your splashes to be up, you got to go up. Let's make some little splashes. Let's say there's some little splashes here going up. Look at that. Little splashes going up. Yeah, that's all that took. Isn't that crazy?
It is. It's like
It's kind of like, wait, there's a waterfall right there? And I'm going to get one of my little nuggets. My nuggets. And I'm going to go ahead and load up with my green all over my nugget. Right? Lovely nugget. And let's tap a little bit of moss right here, and maybe a little bit that happens there. You can bring it up in an arc to the right, so I'm lightly curving it to the right and down this. Let's let's make some nice little. If you've
It's
been to Hawaii, you know how this actually looks. I have to imagine it.
it's like you're painting on an event horizon.
It is exactly like you're painting on an event horizon. When I have that in, then I can grab a little bit of that yellow and even add a little of that blue to it, get it kind of little turquoise and a smidge of the white. You can kind of see how that
Oh,
looks on my sponge right here.
yeah, you faked me
Okay,
out. I thought you were going someplace else.
tap a little,
Oh,
just a couple places, a few. Don't get crazy. Well, I mean, do it's like a pain. So even if you were to be like sponging has been like missing from your life your whole life,
it's like it just appears out of the darkness.
it is just like it appears out of the darkness. Make sure you get those sponges rinsed out right away. I'm trying so fun paper. Look at my ooey hands. All right, paper towel time. I have baby wipes over here because my crafting friends, specifically Ian, the off-kilter crafter, mentioned to me that I should use baby wipes to clean myself up. Do you? Apparently, this is something that all crafting people knew, and I did not know. So now I'm going to come across here and I just go back and forth into this water, right? Like this, back and forth. If I want to come from the outside edge, I can go just the phthalo, but I just want to make sure that I've got that mixture of paint just across this water like this. How we do. So a little green, a little blue, and it's really dark,
It is. It's
just super
like
duper dark. But like I said,
holy.
this is a simple painting. There's a hair that got caught in there, so I just brushed that off, and now I'm gonna go smooth out where that was because I don't need no DNA in my painting.
I'm sorry. I shed in the studio while setting cameras up.
I think it was a blue hair, so it's probably me.
It could have been your daughter.
Back to the number 6 brush, and some of you already know how awesome this is about to be. So from the waterfall, I can come out and I can just wiggle
Wow.
this little fan brush through my water, go right, left. Wow, that's like,
I mean, like, if I hadn't seen it happen,
you wouldn't believe it. But are we done with our awesomeness? No, we are not done because you guys feel like this needs a couple flowers, at least a few,
yes,
right? Some little twinkles,
yes.
because otherwise it's not
I
a Sherpa painting.
I would like flowers for sure. I know. I mean, like, this is awesome. I
To
didn't
do
know
that,
this was
I'm
doing.
gonna have to dry it. John is gonna talk to you guys real quick while I
No.
dry it.
Oh yeah, you're not supposed to use heat when you're using your air mover. Heat can induce color change, especially in darker colors. So when you're using now on pro paints, that's not as big of a problem, but for sure on darker colors, you should avoid using heat when using your air movers.
That's true. So informative and so helpful.
Some days.
Days. So true. All right. So the first thing I feel like, don't we need some twinkle lights? I'm gonna get my brush wet. This is a number 2 Filbert, and I'm gonna get my yellow and my white together, and I'm gonna come and make some little, I don't know, they're gonna be like fireflies. These are like
Oh,
light little circles that have come to this magic fall, which clearly unicorns drink at and mermaids swim in. So I'm just taking this little yellow and I'm just bringing this around and making these little kind of little glows. Maybe there'll be one last little glow. He's floating up.
it's an explorer glow.
It's an explorer little glowy thing. I'm going to add a little white to the center of all of these so that they have a little bright center of glow. I like a little bright center. So now the glows are glowing. Might need to blend this little glow out a little bit. Get a little over. He's like such an overachiever. He overglowed. He's just like, I have to shine so brightly into the nightly. All right. So once we have all that in, so good. That could be perfect.
I think that's pretty awesome, actually.
I
Wait, what,
agree.
flowers? We could have flowers.
Are we still under? I feel like I could still do this under 20 and add a flower.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to come and make a ellipse that's sort of a squished circle, like you do, using my green and my yellow and my number 2 filbert. I'm just painting around. It's real similar to what I did with those little fireflies, but I just squished my circle. And as they come forward, they can be a little bit bigger, right? And you can even sort of overlap them. Doesn't take too many. You can just do just a few. You can just see them just going around. Ba-dip-a-dip-a-dip-dip. Come over here and make another little one. This one's a little farther away and closer to the cliff, so let's make it a little more squished. Smished. That's just the perspective of it. We're just making sure that, you know, we can see what's going on. And I think maybe one close focal one,
Hmm.
just to be jaunty. Do I have jaunty time?
I think you have jaunty time.
All right. Jaunty time. Now, I highly recommend that you put something out to the side, just design-wise. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes just for design sensibility, you got to break stuff up a certain way so that your eye doesn't get caught. You ever had that happen in your painting where your eye gets stuck somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
I'm stuck. Can't get myself out. So it's just important to create balance in the force. Once all of those are there, then I can very easily really rinse my brush out. Don't want any green in the next mix, which is going to be the quinacridone and this yellow, maybe a smidge of white. Now I'm just loosely mixing all those.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's come right here.
Oh,
And we're
yeah.
going to just tap a couple little happy flowers.
That is exactly what we needed.
It is exactly what this piece, I grabbed a little more white on that one. I'm making sure that these are, you know, colorful. Need a little more yellow and a little more white. We get it. Pop, the lotus pop. You can see I'm just doing a little stroke. I tap the stroke and I pull it back in. So I go one short little stroke in the center, and then the next one comes in and curves in a little bit, curves in a little bit. And it makes a bowl shape. All right, maybe a little one right here. And now that we have accomplished this, we have set out on our goal of making just a happy little waterfall painting that wasn't too stressful. I'm going to get a little of my blue and white together, and I'm going to come right here very lightly, sign this piece. Well, that wasn't particularly troubling, was that?
Oh,
That is something you guys at home could easily do.
look at that. That's just spectacular.
Just a happy little waterfall painting. Just a happy little waterfall painting. Listen, art doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be 2 hours. I love doing these long, involved lessons and getting you guys painting. But remember, that first step is as important as the 1,000, right? It's just taking it. So I hope this painting encourages somebody to do their first painting. I want you guys to be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and I'll see you at the easel really soon. Bye-bye!